I misspoke earlier. I said that Voyxu, Voyxu, had a lot more subs than Andy Lederman. As it turns out, he's got 1.6K, and Lederman's closer to 10K. So my bad. My bad. Yeah. So Voyxu, it's a much smaller channel. And he has a different approach to it also. He puts out videos that he makes, edits. There's usually a song included. It's not a live, free-for-all, chaotic experience like the Andy Lederman show. So, to the Andy Lederman show, my apologies. Voyxu is not a bigger channel than yours. What may have drawn me to conclude that the Voyxu channel is bigger than Andy Lederman is because Voyxu is talking about a subject that probably appeals to more people, which is the vintage guitar con. I think a lot of people are satisfied with their expensive PCB amplifiers that if they face massive failure will have to be thrown away. And when challenged upon that, they become super angry. I think just the guitar ownership community is bigger, but maybe I'm wrong. We're talking vintage guitar ownership community. So everybody's got a PCB amp versus only certain people have these vintage guitars. So maybe the Andy Lederman message is something that is more widespread. You know, I feel like I've made some assumptions and that I may have made assumptions that are false. So, hey, if you're wrong, throw your hand up and let everybody know that you might not be right on this one. So this video, besides correcting that wrong, I want to prevent turmoil and chaos from the meeting of the minds of Voyxu and Andy Lederman. Because the inevitable topic will come up of what guitars do you play, Andy, and what amps do you play, Voyxu? Okay? So that could be a point of contention. That could be a touchy subject. And even though we're talking about two mythbusters joining in conversation, they're still people with feelings. They're still guitar players with feelings. And they could run into points of contention. So what happens when Voyxu says, I've got this Mesa Boogie combo over here? Is YDNA going to say, oh, is he going to grimace? What happens when Voyxu asks Andy Lederman, what kind of guitars do you play? And I don't even want to go there because it's going to piss off Andy Lederman. No, but Andy can show his Eastman and his Fender. But what's going to happen in this conversation when Voyageur says, hey, here's my Mesa Boogie combo, or hey, here's my Tonex modeler that I go straight to the PA? When the whole mission statement of YDNA is about better quality turret, board, tube, amp, laid out the right way with the premium components. Is this meeting of the minds a recipe for disaster? Or is it going to be a synergy that moves the movement forward? We have yet to see, okay? We have yet to see what this meeting is going to be. But I hope that both parties see this beforehand and think about how not to butt heads and fight each other. That would be the last thing that we all want to see. We want these two to be able to talk it out. Come to new understandings and build on both brands. So, yeah, this was just my little, I guess you could call it a warning. I don't know. I just don't want to see this go south. Both of these channels have a lot to offer the guitarist community because they're both mythbusters. They're both truth seekers. They both have a lot of talent musically, comedically. There's a lot of entertainment value here. So I'm just trying to get those juices flowing on the idea of how are we going to approach this conversation? And can we do it without coming to some sort of disagreement and then making the convo go downhill, right? So, hey, Voyageur, Andy Lederman, YDNA, you guys have my support. And I think there's a lot of people in the Mythbuster guitar truth seeking community that support you and want to see you guys get on the same page and celebrate the brands that you've created. So I hope it goes well. Best wishes. Sayonara.